Hey everyone, welcome to Chronicle Craft. This is your GM Dustin. Welcome to episode 2 of The Heart of the Queen. We will be jumping right back in when we left off and beginning a recap from our players. So let's get into it. Like to give us a recap of last session then?
Good luck. It's been too long.
Let me pull up my notes, see what I
Queen
got.
Mind himself.
I can do it if no one else can, but then you all lose out on that sweet inspiration to be able to do a montage.
I recall
I've already got one.
getting explicitly threatened by another Leonin.
Yes.
And then Nero went around making as many friends as possible, including his new best friend. Hold on, I have his name. Let's see. Fuck, maybe I don't have his name.
Tollet. Right? Is that Tollet?
Yeah, the dorm manager.
Yeah.
Tollet.
God, I swore it was.
And the one who threatened you was Diha.
Yeah, Diha.
Right?
Yep, I do have that. Oh, yeah, and there's Tollet. I did take notes. Okay. Yeah, and he made, he made this hot chocolate thing, and I don't remember the name of that either.
Chaka.
God, you are so fucking, on it.
I have mental problems.
It's crazy how, good of a note taker you are. Yeah, and then we spoke with,
Dr. Fletchill.
Yes, man, I'm really nailing this recap.
I'm gonna call him Phil for now.
Was the guy about fucking something?
Yeah, we talked to him, and we were basically point blank like, "You're up to something, probably," and then he was just like, "No." Well, we are, but it's for a really good reason.
And he really hit us with a yeah, but nah.
And then he listed those reasons.
He was incredibly frank with you all, yes, and very forthright. You all rolled a couple insight checks, and it seemed like he was being relatively honest with you. He also gave you a task if you wanted to stay busy and possibly earn some gold.
Shit. Yes.
That's all I can remember, so somebody else pick it up.
I think that was the most of it. We bought some stuff, I think.
I took a nap.
Yeah, the sleepy turtle took a nap.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed helping these guys out. I think we're gonna go do missions. Oh, and we the players know that Diha snuck the fuck up on us and could have murked the shit out of Nero if he wanted to. So we gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, really embarrassed Nero. It was pretty sad.
Yep. I fucked up big time on my own self-check.
Then they mentioned that the Sultan Latif Patel is patron to the society and the Penador dynasty at the Dunrock Mountains.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they want us to go to a temple of Thesaros, god of the long forest.
And I think your sword's gonna help. Because nothing else can get in.
Because his brother was Aeonseal, who might be stuck in my sword.
Oh, and the whole reason, the Quill Society is a secret, we learned, is the more people know about, these old gods,
the more power they have.
Yes.
Yeah. As gods do.
Yep. It was a lot of facts that we kind of just put together and then left as we took that big break there. So
a lot of exposition.
Yeah, I'm glad Johan
lore dump on us.
It was a pretty big lore dump. But you all had a conversation with Dr. Fletchill face to face for the first time that was a bit more substantial beyond some light extortion to get you all to join the society or have your memories wiped.
Light extortion? Is that what we're calling it?
Light extortion.
Apparently.
Lightly, just coerced. Get fucked up or join my club.
It's a cool club. Don't worry about it.
It's super magical and neat. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know what? Everyone that I've met here has been A-okay except for Diha. I don't like him as much. But everyone else has been pretty cool.
For sure.
Oh, Dora is like coming to visit at some point.
Yeah, she said within the next couple of days she'd be headed back to the campus. That she was off with an adventuring party right now.
Yeah.
An expedition that had been put together by the society. But yeah, we will pick it up kind of right there. I know, Trey, you are absolutely itching to fight. So we can time skip a bit if you all would like. But you all are heading back to the dorms right now to go and get your long rest after the meeting with Dr. Fletchill. You know, based off that meeting, that he wanted you to sleep on it before you came with a decision. If that was a task you all wanted to undertake, they would help put together the expedition, get you all some means of travel and some payment to be able to make your way there. But you have the night. If everyone is just heading back to the dorms and going to sleep, we can do that.
I mean, I always want to kill stuff, Dustin. So don't get me wrong for not wanting to like also role play.
Yeah, I
the
got
thing that we just.
There's just that
I can find ways to make fights happen if you put yourself in situations that fights are possible. So,
it's just like there's always that underlying need to murder Hobo, but we don't have to skip over stuff.
We got somebody who wants to murder me right now. We could do that small.
Maybe not like in town, you know. We just got here. We don't know where the hell we
are.
Members.
I mean, I don't have anything specific to do in town before going to like sleep.
Weren't you getting a bag? No, you got a bag for your dogs.
I got a magic papoose. Yep.
It's not magic, just a good papoose.
No, it's a magic papoose.
It's magic if you believe in it.
Look, don't you think you can tell Nero what is and isn't magical about his papoose?
Yep.
All right, I put you all on the roof of the inn real quick.
Just all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Done with that.
That's the end of that conversation.
It's the best backup a man could ask for. Of course it's magical, Dustin.
Every papoose is magical.
I'll put you all on the balconies for your rooms here. All right.
Perception check. I want to do that to see if Deha's skulking about.
Guidance, just because.
Damn it.
I'm with you on this one, Nero.
17.
He sneaks up on us. We'll get him.
17. All right.
Yeah.
And you're looking for Dio, you said?
Yeah, Deha.
It was me, Dio.
Yeah. Are there any metrosexual vampires in the area?
Okay.
Only Johan.
You don't see anything.
Of course I don't.
Did you add your D4, by the way?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, quick question.
Did 18.
You can go ahead and resolve that.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. Did oh crap! What's his name? The guy we just got talking to about
Fletchill.
Yeah, Fletchill. Did he say like what means of travel like we're taking to get there?
No.
Okay.
Well, technically we haven't accepted the job yet, so.
Okay, so we were pretty much like we're gonna. Oh, that's right. We were like gonna sleep on it, and yeah. All right then. Just I've got 2 spells and shit, so I want to make sure like. If we're walking, that drastically changes what I gotta choose.
No, I mean, you all know that there's quite a stretch of desert to get through before you'll be even close to like where the forest line is, and then on up to where this temple is supposed to be. So you imagine it'd probably be like camels starting out, but they also said they would, help pay for the expedition. So I'm assuming, or you would assume that they would give you enough money to.
Okay. To get like some supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before bed, and actually, I'll like stay up all night if I have to. I've got painter supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw a wonderful portrait of Tollet and give it to him in the morning.
Oh my god.
Of Tollet? Sure.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna really mount front and center in his.
So this is a tool proficiency thing, I believe, right?
I guess so.
Do you have calligraphers or painter's tools?
I do, yeah. Painter supplies.
Okay. So you can... Are you proficient with them, or do you just have them?
I think as a monk, I get proficiency in 2 random tools, and I think painter supplies was one of them.
Also, just to let everyone know, if you ever need a mundane tool set of any kind, give me 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
Cool.
Artificers are wild. Yeah, I mean, if you have proficiency with them, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a painter's supply check. So that's going to be your proficiency bonus, and I'll let you add your dexterity to it.
Oh, fuck yeah. What a boss. Okay.
Dexterity seems like that's what would fit there, doesn't it?
What is my proficiency bonus?
+3.
Okay.
So this will be a +7.
All right. Ooh. That's an 8 + 7. Yeah, not a.
I mean, it's not bad.
Best.
15.
15 ain't bad.
Yeah. 15.
It's an incredibly. I don't think that Nero's done this enough to have a artistic style. You're just trying to recreate as best you can from memory. So, but you absolutely can do a very good portrait of Talit.
It's for sure one of the most paintings of all time.
I haven't broken into my own style yet. So
you haven't.
Yeah.
It's kind of hotel painting ish, but it's still a decent enough like painting to be in a hotel.
He's doing like a Captain Morgan with a cup of that hot chocolate stuff.
Chaka.
Yeah, Chaka.
So
yeah, you've got a beautiful picture of Talit, his massive shoulders and arms spread with 2 mugs on either side, and his kind of keg of Chaka behind him, with a big smile on his dark-skinned face with his large beard, and it's a very decent picture. Like you're actually pretty impressed with yourself by the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Don't even give it to him. That's nice. Keep it.
I'll sell it. Maybe I found a new income, gang. I don't need this adventurer lifestyle.
Yeah, good for you.
You're just gonna tell your dad you're a painter now.
I don't want to fight anymore, Father. I'm a painter.
True strength lies in the pen, Father. Oh, yeah. So that's what I did.
I sleep, or I power down, but I stay vigilant and just kind of watch outside as I go into my low power mode.
Yeah, I just go to sleep.
I want to be in like Dr.
Well, after I set up an alarm.
I want to go on Dr. Johan's balcony. And
I forget which one was.
Watch from out there, but go into my low power state.
Sure. You hang out on that balcony.
Hell yeah. I'll sleep with the turtle.
Are you staying in the same room with them, or
100%?
No, I mean,
I'm on the floor.
Oh yeah, you're on the floor, so I'll take the bed if you want. I was gonna make sure I set up an alarm.
Sure. Just in the room.
Well, yeah, it won't cover everything, but it should. If I put it in the center, it should kind of hit both doors.
Yeah, close enough.
If I finagle it right.
Morgan, if you fall on your back, are you able to get up? Do you have to like rock? Because of your shit.
Nero,
that's why.
That's really insulting, Nero.
That's why I have this staff now. Before that, no, I couldn't.
All the dirt is on the shell to angle it. That way, if he falls on his back, it pitches him to his side.
Yeah. I like to think the boss helps when I fall, but now I've got the staff and it helps more.
You got a little buddy in there too, so maybe he helps push you.
That would be very cute.
Have a little buddy.
Yeah, a little buddy there trying, putting his back to my shell and trying to push it over. It's adorable.
Oh yeah, speaking of, I'll put my little owl somewhere in the room, just as a fucking ring camera, blink camera. Just he'll be close enough he can telepathically try to wake me up if he sees something.
Sure.
Yes.
Or she sees something.
Nero, are you staying in this room with all these protections and cuddling up in the bed with Dr. Johan, or are you getting your own room?
I'll stay with. Or Small, are you there too?
He's on the balcony.
I'm on the balcony.
My balcony or
Nero?
Yeah,
or
we're all
Dr.
in the same room.
Oh, okay. Well,
this was your room.
Okay. Yeah,
I
guess
just were here.
Yeah, I'll be in a corner painting that picture. Everybody can watch.
His room.
Freaking emo kids. just sitting in the corner, all
Does
dark
it
and
literally
painting?
take him all night, or?
No, to paint, not at all. I'd
Okay,
say,
good.
Like you all, it was a dinner that you all had with Dr. Fletchill, so it's probably like close to midnight by the time you're done, Nero. But
Good enough.
yeah, plenty enough time to sleep. All right, you all get a long rest then.
Yes.
You wake up the following morning to the sound of. Oh, actually, before we get to the next morning, at some point during the night, Small, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, god damn it.
Your dad's trying to talk to you.
Yeah. Or command me. Built for success to add a D4 to that.
Oh, wait. There's a spell that lets you
16.
fuck with people in their dreams. What was that
Dream.
called? I had it as me.
Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16, Dustin.
Okay. That's it. Go ahead. It's the next morning. You all wake up the following morning to the sound of bells all throughout the city of Alnilt. There is the chimes of a morning worship being called to, whatever the local god is that is served here. You all have not done enough research into the city itself. Not that familiar with this continent to know anything beyond the sounds of the bells of a temple or a church kind of echoing throughout the glass city. It kind of makes everything vibrate a little, and there's an energy to it whenever you wake up. You all are all in your respective places within this small room. There's a bit of like morning dew just kind of over your body from the like very late night, early morning mists that would rise up over the desert. But otherwise, Nero and Dr. Johan are full on cuddling, spooning in the bed. Who's the big spoon? Who's the little spoon in that?
I think it'd be funnier if I were the big spoon.
Yeah, you're big spoon, I'm little
Oh,
spoon.
you definitely grabbed on to him with the
I've got
fur
my
and
He's so warm. But also, I think the moment the bells sound, I've got my gun out, just aiming at something. Like, okay, we're good. We're good.
You were petting a soft
Jesus.
kitty, and then a Vietnam flashback kind of brought you out.
Yeah, the trees started singing in Maximilian, and I was like, whoa.
Where's your gun at? Is it like on a chest holster or like on your
I
leg?
think one is in like a chest holster, and then you technically temporarily gave me your gun, so it's in a belt holster next to my sword.
I gave you my gun.
Yeah, I don't remember why, but I do have it for now.
Oh.
You can have it back.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it back.
I forget why, but you handed it to me, and I took it.
Guess who doesn't have exhaustion anymore?
Oh,
This
fuck
guy.
that. Well, now we can do a fight.
That's right. I'm ready. I'm
That's
probably the most.
we're waiting on you.
Yep.
As soon as I hear those bells, I jump up and I'm like, I've got to give this painting to Tollett and see what he thinks.
Just first thing.
Can I cast prestidigitation and just like clean it up with like any of the like errant paint splatters that got all over it? Just like really make it shine.
Finesse.
Sure, absolutely, you can do that.
Small, you're my favorite little guy, and I love you for it.
Thanks. You did a good job. I want it to really, pop.
Thanks, mate.
Go get him.
Do you guys want to come down with me?
Yeah, of course.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's get some more chaka and see if he likes the painting. So I run downstairs.
Yeah, for sure. The four of you go off down the stairs, and it's a pretty busy morning of this dorm. This is the most people you've kind of seen concentrated at one place, as people must have filtered in and out throughout the night. Most of the tables are occupied. There's people all over the bar, and a bunch of It's a pretty diverse looking group. Like I said previously, the Quill Society is not picky about who it takes as long as they have the qualifications and know-how. So there is a lot of very capable people in this room, and it shows. There's people with a lot of individual style. It's not like everyone wearing like a school uniform or anything like that. This is a campus of colleagues and people that are all of the same like profession and capabilities for the most part. But as you come down the stairs, Tollett is behind the bar, and he sees you all walk in, and he raises both arms triumphantly, like, "My friends! I hope you had a wonderful night! It's beautiful! You, get out!" And he points at one of the tables, and people that had been there, it looks like they'd finished a bit ago, but were just sitting around and talking, like, roll their eyes and, like, quickly get up.
Must make room for my friends.
And
lingerers,
Tollett comes over, and one of them's like lingering, trying to finish up a bit of his chaka, and Tollett like full on picks up the chair and tilts the guy out of it, and then sets the chair down and wipes the table off with one big forearm and goes, "Sit, sit, 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 sit. I will get your chaka now." And he goes back over the bar and starts pouring some mugs for you all as you take your newly acquired table.
Can I have a warm cup?
A warm cup of chaka, my friend?
No, I don't want to waste your food. Just a warm cup that I can hold in my hands.
A heated cup?
Yeah, just hand him a cup. I got this.
He's like,
I will put chaka in it anyway, and you can pour it out and just don't let me see it, okay?
Okay.
Nero walks up to the bar while he's pouring, and he's like, "Tollett, you're my best friend, and I just had to immortalize you in any way I could, so here you go." And I hand over the painting.
Tollett is still pouring and smiling really big and talking to a bunch of people.
Chaka? Like soup? He pours it?
Yeah, he pours it out of the keg that it's in. It's in this big, like, thermos container keg.
Oh, I did not realize. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people
fresh from
apparently
the
drink this.
Fresh,
yeah, it's like one of those McDonald's thermoses that you can get full of coffee.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm with you now.
He's pouring it out into these cups, and he comes over and says, "Oh, what is?" And he stops for a second as he looks at it.
Is it in good likeness? Like,
it's a really decent portrait. Nero, make me an insight check.
With pleasure. Nat 1.
He hates it.
So with the Nat 1, Tollett starts crying, and crying it removes a lot of the gray areas for art. Like it's an extreme reaction that can either mean they love it or they hate it. It's one or the other. So Tollett starts crying, and you're unsure of what that means.
Can I like roll? It's 50-50 whether he hates it or he loves it, right? Can I roll like a D4?
Well, can I do an insight check?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold whatever.
16.
16. With a 2, you would have gotten it. That Tollett is so touched and so moved by this show of kindness.
Then, with the rest of that insight that went to waste, can I see that Nero doesn't get this?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, my face is like flashing between like a big smile and like a horrified expression because I don't know how to feel yet.
Yeah, you immediately start to hedge.
I kind of touch back like he likes it, bud. You're good.
Oh,
give him a nod like it's okay.
Tollett hasn't spoken in like 30 seconds as he's just looked at it. Like he has one finger and he's slowly petting where his own face is. And a big teardrop like lands on the canvas and he quickly tries to clean it up. I
prestidigitate away for him real quick. You know.
Okay.
Make his face dry.
He very gingerly places it onto a back part of the bar, like high up that it would be protected. And then this is going to be an opposed athletics check for you.
All right.
That is a 26 you got to beat.
Oh my god. Can I use acrobatics?
Sure.
17. He full on tackles.
Yeah. Tullet
He's a strong
is
guy.
a big man, and you look over to Morgren for a second, who's trying to comfort you, and in that time that you are looking back, you just have a face full of Tollet's face as he's diving over the bar on top of you, wrapping you in a massive hug and tackling you to the ground. He's like, I've never received such a wonderful gift in all of my life. Your face is like getting wet. He's crying so hard on you right now.
Oh, Tollet, buddy, you are extremely strong, and that's good to know. So if I ever get almost killed by Deha, I know who to turn to. But I'm glad you like the painting. You deserve it.
Oh yeah, take 4 points of damage for the tackle.
You know what? I'm glad he did that, because having 44 health just doesn't work for me.
Right.
It's just unlucky, man.
Yep. Nice round 40s, good with me. Yeah, I just like pat him on the back and probably, I don't know, I'll spend like another turn trying to break his grapple.
Okay.
Before giving
sure.
What? He's like, why are you running?
That's another 17. So fully stuck. Ooh. Well, this is just where I'm at now.
Yeah, it takes a minute for him to like pull himself together enough that he finally stands up and helps you, and he says, "My friend, if you ever," and he like holds both sides of your of your head in his hands, and he's just like shaky. "If you ever need the help of Tolit Solkotnokopalakasanaka, I will be there."
How do you spell that?
S N.
We got to
That's
write
all I
down the
got.
notes. You know, we have to know.
It's gonna change every time I say it, so don't get stuck up on one.
So that was just that was the first part of his name, and then the next time we'll hear like the second part.
Every time he
Next
introduces
time, I'm just going to have OBS up and have it recorded, and I'll transcribe it later.
All right, cool.
There we go.
That works.
Every time he says his last name, it's like he only mentions a percentage
Yeah.
of his full last name.
Yeah, and it's
Hell.
not in a tongue you all could understand anyway.
Maybe it changes. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like the season and the phase of the moon. You know, it's a lot of differences.
So, are we taking this job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you all
I think we should.
you all have the cups and you're sitting at the table, so the day is kind of yours.
I think we should.
Nah, I think we should just go home.
It's time for you to make up with your father, Small. I'm sorry. It's time to go.
Yeah, let's just go on back. You know,
We're
gave it a
already here. I don't think they're going to just go so easy without wiping our
go.
memories.
It's
And-
kind of like a while we're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, just kidding. I don't.
Okay,
I
thank you.
don't care where I'm at.
Yeah, you mean while we're in the neighborhood, we might as well.
You know what? We're in a whole other continent. I've made like 3 friends, maybe
And an
one
enemy.
Although I tried to find something, I physically can't send anything to your father that tells him we're okay. So we might as well just kind of take advantage of the situation and do some
Yeah,
cool
make
shit.
a little money. You know.
Dustin, would I have felt that
Ah.
tingling of mind, whatever was affecting my will?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to add the music. Give me a Arcana check.
Did I know that I was going to think this and cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
My Arcana is not great. 1 on the D4.
1 on the D4.
And
Yeah, so dirty 20.
Love how that works.
With a dirty 20, I think that you would probably you'd probably be able to put together that with your father's resources and what you've known that their like go-to move is if they're trying to find someone, that someone at Storm Talon was more than likely trying to use a spell to see you and see if you were all right and where you were. So mechanically, you think that you were probably scryed on.
Getting scryed on.
And
I gotcha.
knowing that you like had just felt that there was something, but you couldn't like it just kind of passed over me. You're like, oh, that's the wind, basically. At a point, it must have been successful because you never realized that something was specifically being cast on you in the moment.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I think he's trying to find me anyway, so if he wants me, he can come get me. I'm already here. I'm doing what I set out to do, what he and I agreed upon. He can worry all he wants. I'm with you guys. You'll keep me safe. You're with me. I'll keep you safe.
We do make a pretty sweet team.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Just so you all are aware of your options and stuff. Before you all decide, like, because this is, you know, a new town and everything, a new continent. You are at the Quill Society campus, which means that there are a lot of classes here. If you all would like to spend any time studying anything, like using some of the society's resources, you can do that. The city of All Nilt is a capital city in the middle of the desert, but it's huge and has a lot of things going on in it as well. If you're wanting to look around for, I'm sure there's quests and taverns and marketplaces and all that jazz. There are also individuals, like you can get hired onto other expeditions that are going out of the Quill Society. Dr. Fletchill offered you all your own that you could put together, but if you're wanting to go on an expedition for the society, you can do that as well. But just letting you all know your options.
Spends breakfast in his notebook recreating the map in Fletchill's office and all of the notes on it.
Yeah, Keen Mind absolutely lets you recall that perfectly.
I just don't trust him. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, again, we're over here, and I don't know about any of you. I can't get us home.
I can't either.
So we either...
I have no ability to long-range teleport. I can do it pretty short.
So we either, like, do the job, which is, I think, of interest to us, with the swords and the Fey gods and the stuff. Or we just, like, sit here until Max comes. Like, that's our options, basically. Like, hang out in town doing stuff until Max comes, or... which will probably start a war. Or we go do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I
don't want anybody else getting in trouble because of me. And he probably is mad enough to do something foolish like that.
He seems a little annoyed.
Yeah. He'll be alright, though.
Well, we'll spend some time here, maybe kill my enemies, maybe hang out with Dora for a little bit. We got some things to look forward to.
Yeah, we can do this one, come back, do some more stuff, make money.
I was going to ask, I don't recall, where would we be going if we accepted this job? Is it another, like, ruins? Or
substantially north, and another set of runes. This is not a expedition to... like, this is a multi-week trip that you all will be on if you're traveling by camel or horse.
Yeah, which at the very least would, if Max does find a way to find us, would take his ire away from the people of this city who are just people here.
Yeah. I say we go. And get to going! I'm gonna fuck some shit up.
I think before we go, I'll try to hit up a library and grab a couple of books that look unique that I've never seen before. And other than that,
Okay, so you are going to spend the morning prepping then, and then go try to chase down either Dr. Fletchill or.
In fact, I'd even go say like we need to kind of like ask someone around here stuff that we need to get. It's so that we don't have another thing where we're up in a snow-capped mountain and we're all wearing shirts. Exactly. So we need to like, hey, guy who's lived in desert his whole life, what sort of stuff do you usually do when you go out on excursions?
Okay, well,
you know what I mean? Just
we'll break everyone out. You all can do whatever you want to get kind of prepared. You will probably need to talk to Aladrin, or one of you will, that you're planning on taking the expedition.
I can go do that.
Okay. So before you all leave, everyone gets chaka and some breakfast. It's a pretty hearty breakfast of like this very seasoned rice and some type of pork sausage with some fried tomatoes and some greens on there. But you, Nero, see that by the time you're finished eating, Tollett has framed and hung the portrait of himself like in the center of the bar.
Hell yeah. What I was hoping for. There's like a little message at the bottom of the painting. It's like one of those old medieval like flags or ribbons, and it just says "best friends." Sure. Oh wait, I'm not in it. That doesn't make sense.
Yep, he's best friends with himself.
He might be.
I'll make another one where we're both like in frame.
Okay.
He can only be so erect, man.
Yeah, you got to chill out, Nero. Hold on, loosely, baby.
I'm going to ask him about like the desert and supplies, and I'm sure he knows.
Sure. So Johan is going to the library. Small is talking to Aladrin. Nero is talking to Tollett. And Morgan, what are you doing?
Getting supplies.
Should you wait until I've done talking to
That's
Tollett?
true. All right, that's fine. Yeah, we'll like I'll be with Nero talking and kind of getting information on maybe like asking some people around the bar for like
talk to Tollett and then go get supplies.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And I mean, this isn't a like you'll probably spend most of today gathering everything you need to get this kind of actually underway. So this isn't probably something where you're heading out first, like you'd be heading out first thing in the morning. So you'll probably need to go through and like get the supplies and rent the camels and everything.
I'll go talk to the lady.
Yeah, we'll talk to Aldrin first, as that will kind of
talk to Johan in the library.
Because they might give like provisions for us to buy
that
stuff.
Actually is what she is about to do. So Small, you go back up to the central campus tower that morning and find Aldrin pretty easily. You ask around to a couple people, and one of them says, "Oh, yes, I know where she's at. 1 minute." And she goes and fetches Aldrin, brings her back. And Aldrin gives you a little bow. Dark skin, beautiful black hair, kind of all braided up behind her back in her kind of white formal wizard robes that are hanging kind of loose. And she bows to it and says, Small, what can I do for you?
Aldrin, sorry. Well, I was just coming to be the representative to tell you that we have decided to accept the Quill Society's mission.
You are going to...
We would like to leave tomorrow.
Wonderful. Yes, we can get everything prepared for you. Actually, could you follow me for one moment?
Certainly. I do have some questions. If you know the answers, like how long does it take? What kind of things are we bound to face on the road? What kind of protections does the temple have or the ruins have when we get there?
Yes, of course. We can provide most of that to you. Let's see. And she takes you in. She takes you like down the main stairs over to where the training yard area was, and you see a quartermaster's office, like an area where people are going in and out, like carrying full sets of gear and stuff like that. It seems pretty busy in the morning, and she walks behind the counter, kind of bringing you with her to a back area where there's a small office, and she raps her knuckles on the door a couple times, and someone calls, "Yep, come on!" And she walks in, and there is a fairly obese-looking dwarf man kind of sitting behind a desk, just working on a couple papers and everything, and he peeks over some half-moon glasses and squints for a bit, smiles, goes, Aladrin, wonderful. What can I do for you? And Aladrin says, yes, that expedition to the north, to the temple. And he goes, yes. And he rifles through a couple of paper, pulls it out, and starts reviewing it. And he goes, all right, yep, 1 minute. And he hops off his chair, and there's like a visible like shake on the ground whenever he does it. But he goes over to a small chest and starts pulling stuff out and looking through like different bags. It looks like it's full of different set aside like sums to fund different expeditions that are like ongoing. This is like their active like transfer in and out of where they're funding these different expeditions. And she turns to you and says, as for what you'll be facing, the desert does have its perils, of course. Largely there's a species of worm that live in the sand, have very corrosive spit. Might be a problem for you, honestly. Let's see what else. There's also a species of very large burrowing insects that live in the desert. Their hives are relatively easy to spot. It's kind of larger stone structures, almost like a termite hive, but quite a bit larger. Let's see. Once you get into the forest, you should be able to get to one of the cities at the very edge there, somewhere close to, I'd say West Run area. You should be able to resupply and get things you need, and then continue on to the northwest. The forests themselves are dangerous, but I honestly don't have too much information on them. And she's kind of cut off as he sits back down heavily and like hands over a little like portfolio that has like funding and supplies and like a list of provisions. It seems like an entire kit of like what we expect this expedition would need and the funds that should cover it. So you have basically a shopping list of things to get.
And a bag of money.
And a bag of money to get it, yeah.
Dope. Thanks.
Very good.
So she
Just
has
like Margaret
you
Debbie.
assign a piece of paper just saying that you're the one going to be responsible for the like use of these funds and everything in the expedition. You'll report back whenever you all return on the success of or failure of the expedition, that kind of thing.
And just so I'm clear, what defines a successful mission?
It says on the sheet that for this expedition, the removal of the shield preventing entry to the temple.
Okay.
It says by any means necessary, as long as the temple is left intact.
Cool. We can do that.
It does note specifically that you do not need to search the temple, and it would be preferred if you didn't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna search that temple.
I'll just make a mental note of that.
Don't search temple, but definitely search temple.
All I'm
right.
saying is, how do we know that we're not going to hear a scream inside that gives us probable cause to enter?
Yep.
It smelled like weed.
Yeah.
We had probable cause.
We start profiling the dungeon.
Stake it out for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, so Aladrin says goodbye to the dwarf. They kind of chat for a bit, and then she leaves the office and walks you back out and says,
What was his name?
his name was on the door, and it was Bengal.
Sorry.
Bengal was the dwarf quartermaster.
Did you just generate that name, Dustin, or did you actually?
No, I actually have a list of like 26 or so names for people in this city, and I just have it broken down by men or women. Whenever I need one, I just pull it from a list I have right here.
Oh yeah.
I thought you just happened to have like Bengals merch nearby, and you're like, Bengal.
Yeah. Bengals.
His name is Yeti Gusher.
His name is Gator Raid.
Nice to meet you, Bengal. Thanks for the help.
Name is Tennessee Titans.
He gives you a really big smile, and he says, "Oh yes, of course. Good luck, of course. Have a great expedition. It should be fun. Long trip, but beautiful country."
I'm Small, by the way.
A pleasure, Master Small. And he sticks out a very pudgy hand to you.
I shake it.
But yeah, Aldrin walks you back out of the office and says, I have quite a few things going on this morning. If you need
I can handle it from here. Thank you.
We do have a stall.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You're about to answer it. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, a lot of that can be provided by the artificers over in the very, and she points like over your shoulder to the very, if you're facing down the stairs from the tower, the very northwestern corner is a big workshop area where you see a couple like smokestacks kind of billowing some smoke. We have a group of wizards / artificers that do a lot of this. So if you go over to them, most of the material supplies can be provided there. They handle our... Sorry, what?
Northwestern?
Yeah, I mean, I can just show you on the map. It's over here.
Ah.
This is where they have their storehouse and the workshop area.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she points over there and says, yeah, if you just go over there and check in, they should be able to provide most of the materials. And then in the city itself, right outside the gate, actually, there should be someone that can sell transportation. Last thing, I believe you are assigned a guide that we will pay for. It is your choice for a guide who you would like. There are professionals usually at the camel stalls that you can hire, but the stipend is in there for one. So,
Cool. Thanks for all your help.
yes, of course. Good luck. I'll let Dr. Fletchell know. And she kind of taps her temple, says, we'll always be in touch if you need us.
Yep.
All
Likewise. Bye.
You, yeah, you walk off, or you head to the library to meet up with Dr. Johan.
Well, I guess I gotta go meet Morgan because he's gonna need the shopping list and bag of money. So I gotta go find them first, and then I'll go meet up with Dr. Johan.
Sure. Morgan, where are you at?
With Nero, I guess we're still talking to
Talent.
about, like, desert power and
Desert power.
yeah,
Oh,
and
my best friend.
the
Can you tell me
Fremen and we're desert worms.
Oh, yeah, he can tell you a lot about like desert lore. Honestly,
Exactly the stuff we're going to be facing.
Tell me about desert power, Talent. What do you know
desert
about?
power. He says that in this area, the most important things to look out for are probably what would he warn you? I'm gonna roll for Taller real quick.
Okay.
Oh shit, he rolled a 19 on the dice.
My man, my best friend.
Hey man,
Your
barkeepers
best
hear a
friend.
lot of stories, so I think it makes sense.
He said that around this area specifically, the city itself has had a lot of problems with them, but there are a couple kind of harder things that people traveling outside the city have encountered and reported back. There are dust devils, are what they're referred to as. It's small, kind of devil-like creatures. They have very long, sharp-pointed noses, and their bodies seem to almost be made of sand. They're kind of elementals, but they're very hateful and evil ones, and will try to trap and kill parties that are going through, just in capture them in like dust storms, and then just slowly by 1,000 cuts kind of take people out. There are also things called salamanders in the area. It's not a salamander, like a lizard so much as it is a
fire lizard.
Kind of, yeah. It's a fire lizard, but it's not. It doesn't have 4 legs. It's got a central long body and then 2 arm-like appendages. They are like semi like intelligent too. Like they have their own language and stuff like that. But they are mostly like a barbaric raiding group.
Do they have skulls for faces by chance?
Not really. No. Just very pointed, angular reptilian faces. Okay. He says, of course, there's things that are like just natural to the desert, like giant scorpions and rocks, which are giant flying birds that will hunt. There's also packs of howlers, which are these. It almost looks like a cross between he describes as a porcupine mixed with a wolf, but with like leathery skin.
Would he also tell us? Because I want to find out, like, in a worst case scenario, if we had to actually survive in the desert, what animals or creatures could be substituted for water sources, and obviously edible animals if we had to hunt.
Sure.
Things like that.
Yeah. He says that there is a creature that is edible but hard to kill, called purple worm, which is a really large worm that travels beneath the sand. Hard to capture, but apparently it's a lot of muscle and it's got a lot of water in it too. There's also these hyena-like dogs almost, called Lurocrat. And they're edible, but it's tough and stringy meat. He lets you know that there is a type of cactus that grows, where if you chop off the large part of the cactus and undig its roots have a couple like melon-sized water containers, like deeper within the ground. Mm-hmm. So that's a good source of water, is to look for one of those cactuses and dig the roots out, and you can get a good amount of water from that.
Oh yeah. Tala, I knew you were the right man to ask. Thank you so much.
Let's go get ourselves a purple worm.
Of course, my friend. If you need anything else at all, come back and see me before you leave for your trip, yes?
Yeah, I think I'll have to bring it up with the gang, but was hoping we'd meet up with Dora before you. Do you know Dora?
Yes, of course. She's a very good friend of mine.
Mine too. So she's coming to visit. I don't know if we're going to stay in town long enough to meet up with her, but if we end up missing each other, could you tell her where we're headed?
Yes, I can do that, my friend. You could also tell her yourself, I think, yes?
Yeah, but if we like depart before she arrives, I don't think she's supposed to arrive till tomorrow. But hopefully we get to see her.
Yes, hopefully, my friend. Young love is very beautiful.
Oh, I don't know about love.
She is a great lady too.
Oh, are you speaking from personal experience or?
Toilet does not kiss and tell, my friend.
Oh, I think it's important that you tell me.
No. She is like sister to me. I would never.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Yeah, 100%.
17.
They've absolutely fucked, yeah.
I mean, did you see what she was wearing? Total slut.
I'm very disappointed in many ways.
Don't shame.
I mean, how would you not fuck this man? That's what I wanted. I want you to ask yourself that.
I don't want to. Well, I'm happy for Tollett. I figured he was a married man.
You get the feeling they're not like an active couple or anything. They're just probably messed around before, man. Is Nero that Puritan? If she's not unsullied, I don't want her.
Nero is like a prince.
He's young, you know. Yeah, he's got like an ideal. Like
he's like 19. He's like grew up sheltered, kind of. I've only known Nero's only known one way of life.
All right, Nero, let's take you to a whorehouse. We gotta break you in, boy.
Also, Nero's heart belongs to Sylvie back home.
Who's Sylvie back home? Wait,
I can't
Sylvie?
remember.
I'm trying to remember who Sylvie is.
That's my backstory. It's like Nero's childhood friend.
Oh, right.
Well, you've also got those students.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're cat chicks, the Tabaxis.
Yeah. God, that explains so much about that interaction that Nero had with those Tabaxi. He's just inexperienced, so he was shy.
Lina, Kira, and Jaxar.
Well, I think it's like almost like a like anime MC type syndrome where he's just oblivious for the most part.
Let me do that, Dustin. Jackson.
Working on a night move.
Thank you. Sorry, Cody, for interrupting.
No, you're good. I'm just rambling.
All right. So anyway, Tollett gives you all that information while you all are standing there and chatting, and it's about this time that Small finally gets back from meeting with Aldrin. We will, before as Small's walking in, though, we'll swap over to Dr. Johan, who's checking the library for interesting books. Correct?
Yeah, just a quick glance of things that I don't normally, like, if it's a subject that I go, what the fuck is that? Never heard of that one. I want that.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Things that might be, like, desert related that might help me in this situation. Or to the north, investigation.
21, nice. You see a couple different books that just the titles kind of touch your eye. I'll just kind of go through them real quick, and you can be glancing through them. If you want more information, you can just turn over the cover. There is Duchess of the End, Witches with Money, Foreigners of Dusk, Rebels and Wolves, Swindlers and Foes, Calling Without Direction, Staff of the End, Remember the Dark, and Promises of Eternity.
Okay. 1 second. Swindlers and Foes that seems like you could find an enemy in there.
Sure. Yeah. You crack open Swindlers and Foes. This is half kind of like a almost like a zoological book, but also half like history based. It's famous examples of devils and demons and stuff like that have mainly been a plague to different regions or cities or societies over long term by pretending to be someone else or using a glamour or tricking people, not through active violence, but through manipulation. So it seems to be a very big, retrospective of cases where this has been found, what has been linked to them, what different creatures there are that can do that kind of thing, that kind of stuff.
Man, fantastic. Staff of the End. That sounds bad.
Staff of the End is a history that's written. It's penned by what you can only guess is a very old wizard named Figian. And it is a dissertation almost, but a very lengthy one where he goes into all the ancestry and stuff like that of dwarven clans. And a big central focus of it is this staff of the king of the dwarves that is by their like divinators and historians and stuff like that is meant to be a very powerful dwarven artifact that is supposed to crumble all the mountains and drain all the oceans and create one massive just dead rock of the planet.
Oh. That's bad.
Think of it as like someone writing a really big book explaining Ragnarok with all of the like sources going into what that is.
Silmarillion.
Kinda. But it is very Silmarillion, just in that it's very like lore focused and based and like what these diviners said and some of the prophecies and that kind of stuff.
And the other two that come out were Remember the Dark and Promises of Eternity.
Sure. Remember the Dark is a very it's a first-person book written about dark elves in particular, kind of the history of the people. It's a really kind of scathing account of how high elves and like these dark elves kind of fought and were seen as like second-class citizens to them. The entire system of like oppression that was kind of set up around it. So it's a kind of like a this is our story, this is what they did to us type book. And then Promises of Eternity is a book that goes through different pantheons of gods in different cultures, and specifically different views of heaven or an afterlife for souls that leave the prime material plane.
And then one quick look around the room to see if there's anything that looks like I shouldn't find it. Anything like a hidden book or...
Give me a perception check.
Nope, that's the wrong button. But it was a natural 20. Fuck. The actual perception check. Yeah, 14.
14. There is a restricted section, but there is a very grumpy, mean-looking, very old woman that sits at a desk right in front of it. That is, you're convinced, the most eagle-eyed person you've ever seen.
I will come back. Later. I'm good.
Did you not want any of those books, or?
Oh, I was going to take them all.
Oh, okay.
or just glance through them enough that I could remember pertinent details.
Sure. All right. Then you head back with your checked out books, if you wanted to check any of them out.
Yeah, they're all checked out.
And you meet back up at the dorm with everyone else who is just finishing up talking to Talbot.
Hey, I got a list. I got a list of stuff in a bag of money.
Oh.
I found out we can eat purple worms and cactuses.
Oh, yeah. Eladrin told me about the worms. She said they're tough. Be careful.
Yep.
And giant insects that spit acid, which I'm not a super fan of.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. By the way, are we waiting for Dora? I don't think she's going to show up till tomorrow.
We gotta go buy horses. I mean, you can talk to Dora anytime you want.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, we're leaving tomorrow. If she can be a guide, we have the ability to hire a guide. Like, I don't know what she does, but
well, that's a good idea. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what she thinks.
There's a place by the camels for us to rent a guide service. The money's included in here, and then we gotta go. And I described the area to there and get a lot of the supplies that are on this list.
Let's teleport there.
I mean, we can just walk.
I meant narratively. Ooh, with that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was actually going to say for the only big question is who you all, or if you would like to just say, yeah, we find a guide and just get somebody, or if there's, if you all want to go searching for anyone in particular, like what you're looking for in a guide that you can take, or if you're not wanting to take one, you can keep that money, whatever stipend that the Quill Society provided for it.
None of us have ever been to this country. We should.
I've never even been in a desert.
Yeah, I like to think that we're confident, but not stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think that I would go and try and find somebody who knows the area really well, who can get us there pretty quick. Not afraid to take some risks.
You can crack a wise joke, you know.
So most of the guides that you look for are to take you to specifically, to Western. You know, like they're taking you out of the desert to the very edge, and then on the little bit of extra into Western, and then you can hire another guide from there.
And we'll probably need to like trade out the camels for horses, right?
Correct. Yeah. So you have the money for both those different types of transportation, and the society keeps a pretty good idea of what that running cost is. So it's definitely like they don't give you extra to work with by a whole lot. Like they have enough for you all to buy like food, water, supplies, like camping supplies and stuff like that. Your guides both in Western and in this city, and get them there and back. And then enough for like room and board. If you're spending up to like 3 to 4 nights in a city, you have enough for that. Otherwise, they give like each of you maybe 50 gold pieces to like be able to spend as your very own like stipend.
Okay. Just semantically, well, I guess for documentation purposes, did they plan this trip for a group of 4 people that would eat? And then that way maybe we could save the budget.
They did, yeah. Absolutely. You could save. I'd say to get some, because they expect the trip to take about 4 weeks, all said and done. If you're moving by camel that far northwest and stopping a bit out of your way to get to Western, they expect 4 weeks. So 4 weeks being able to save on eating every day, I'd say that's there and back probably 25 gold worth of food.
I'll also like to remind everyone that I do have Create Destroy Water, which is 10 gallons of water that I can do. And
about that. Cool.
Yeah, and then I also have Good Berry, which feeds you for a day.
Yeah.
So there is
if you all don't want to get like rations and stuff like that, like you still need feed for the animals that you're.
Save $100.
Yeah,
now
you could save 100 gold pieces pretty easily.
I would say like we just maybe don't have to get like as much like we're planning for the whole trip, but like emergency rations if I'm unable to cast these spells during that day or something.
I can also purify food and drink. If we run upon something that we're not 100% sure if it's good, like a watering hole, it will be.
If one of you wants to keep a tally of like what gold you've actually been given here real quick, I'll run through it just so we have it written down.
I vote our ledger domain does it.
That's me.
Yeah,
okay.
Because you have all our other inventory and stuff, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So they give you 100 gold pieces for food and water for traveling. They give you 150 for mounts and feed for mounts. They give you 100 for the 4 guides you'll end up needing to hire. It's 25 for each guide. They give you 50 for room and board for a group of 4. And then they gave each of you 50 as your own stipend.
I'll add my stipend in.
Yeah, I'll add my own 50 to my gold.
Yeah, I just added mine.
Same.
That way you don't have to keep track of that.
Yeah, so that already dealt with.
Dustin,
Yes.
I'd like to go buy a poncho
Sure.
with a hood.
Absolutely, you can do that at
A
the
big old
Quill
fucking
Society
poncho.
market. They have a stall that is just ponchos.
Fuck yeah! I go find a cool, light-colored, wavy poncho.
Do they have a big
body.
old, like a big old oversized hat
Yes.
with this like really wide brim type hat?
I,
If so, I will
describe
buy
what
one.
this looks like. What hat are you picturing right now?
Please tell me a big old floppy gardening hat.
A straw
Actually,
hat.
they're not quite a cowboy hat where it's like a 10-gallon hat or anything, but you know, like in every old western, there's always the evil dude who's wearing all black and he has like a kind of scaled down cowboy hat with a super wide brim, or actually, you know what, like a Vampire Hunter D hat. If you've seen what that looks like.
I haven't,
I'm
but
sorry,
I'll
wait,
look it up
what?
right now. Vampire Hunter D. Okay, sure. I know exactly what hat you're talking about now. Yeah, they got that, man. Why not?
I think, for a when in Rome situation, Johan will also ditch his normal overcoat and go for a poncho and a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I'll go for a poncho and that hat.
Sure.
I'm a gunslinger.
I mean, I feel like you could have just gone like, I don't know, sombrero or something.
Dr. Johan, they don't have pistol belts here, but they do have the leather to make one if you would like a bandolier pistol belt.
Would I want to I already have my
I like-
holster, but it would
Like
look
we're
cooler.
slowly slipping into Western.
I could go for one.
I think I would buy the leather if it's cheap enough, and then work on it as we go.
Okay, yeah, you all could do that. It'd probably be like 3 gold pieces for the leather that you all would need for 2 bandoliers and holsters.
DM, I have a question.
Yep.
If I wild shape into a cow
Mhm.
and they skin part of me off and
Sure.
then use it to make leather,
Oh.
when I turn back into a
You
person,
are missing
does
that chunk of skin.
But you could just cast
But does the skin
Actually,
turn
you probably
into
wouldn't
my-
since you return at full hit points, which would imply that it's...
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
So here's the thing:
Is
does
it
the leather
cannibalism if you eat
form
your own
into
cow
this?
meat?
It's like, does that just turn into dust? Does it turn into my skin that like my normal skin, or does it stay as cow skin?
Only one way to find out.
I think these are the important questions of D&D.
Try to turn
It's a
into a cow
G.
and let them skin you, I guess.
I can lop off a leg.
We're
if you
not
want.
leaving today, are we?
No, probably not.
All
I mean,
right.
if you all want to leave in the evening, you can, but...
I look at Johan like, we gotta check this out.
We probably should leave at night, so maybe tomorrow night we should leave. That way it won't
I mean,
be
you
like
could leave
blazing hot.
tonight if you want to. You all find a guide.
I look at Nero like, bro, seriously, you want to wait longer tomorrow?
We're expecting
Weird.
No,
Oh, okay.
somebody's going out of their way to visit us.
No.
and I'm saying-
I think she's wanting to visit you.
No, I definitely said we are all here.
Yeah, I don't think she really remembers who we are.
So I've never talked to her.
I don't think I met her.
Look, she's our friend.
She's our
I've
trusted
decided
ally.
she's a friend of the group.
We've been through so many battles.
You
together.
could leave tonight if you wanted to. You hired a guide whose name is Hilmi.
Helmy.
Hilmi.
Hilmi. Very like wiry, thin dude. But he's got like a very like calm expression all the time. He's very like soft spoken, not jittery at all. But he's got like very calloused hands. He none of his clothes look like ratty or tattered or anything. But they do look like they've seen a lot of travel. Like he has the general carry of someone who has done this 100 times.
I ask him if he knows a man, the greatest
Oh my
guy
God.
ever named Tim.
If he knows what?
The
Homeless
greatest
Tim.
guide ever, Homeless Tim. On
I-
Wildmount. Greatest guide of Wildmount, Homeless Tim.
His name was Homeless?
Tim.
Legally, yes.
Homeless Tim is his legal name.
I'm going to roll for Hilmy real quick.
Can I draw? Can I try to do a simple drawing to help him?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll give him advantage on the roll.
Yes.
Actually, give me a performance check first to see how good you can draw the likeness.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
I'll help
no.
him. I've got the supplies. I
Sure,
can,
sure.
I can do this.
Will you help me with my performance check?
By the way, you all
Help me
just hired this guy. Like, he accepted the contract. He's, like, bartering with the guy for the camels and getting the ones he likes, and you all are trying to talk to him about Homeless Tim.
I take the
All right,
image
all
of
right.
homeless Tim out of my brain and place it into his brain.
Wow.
You're
What a
encoding
thing
thoughts.
to do. I rolled a 10 on
Sure.
my performance. Pretty okay. You injected a memory into someone's brain.
So different.
Wow. Wild thing to do.
Hilmy kind of blinks for a second and is like, could you maybe ask before doing that next time?
I don't see why, but sure.
Just
yeah.
courtesy.
Did you know him?
I can't.
Work. We've done the work.
You know of the legend?
Yes.
Yeah.
I look at him so serious. We've met him in person.
We
We
fought
were his
alongside
last
him.
customers.
Hilmy seems to make what looks like a religious symbol across his chest. And he kind of bows his head and whispers something in his native language, which none of you understand off the top of your head. And he says, Shia LaBeouf.
He is the Shiloh.
And then he looks back up and he nods and says, it would be my greatest honor to ferry such prophets across the desert.
He died for our sins, Hilmy. We need to honor his way of life.
Hilmy's face falls. He says, he is no more?
Yeah. No, that's what I meant when I said we were his last guide. Yeah. No, he got eaten by a crazy fae.
He
indigo type
hands you all the reins for the camels and says, I will return, and he runs off as quickly as he can somewhere.
But he lives in our hearts.
Man,
He's
Homeless
dead.
Tim got around.
I knew he did.
We gave him a house in his honor.
30 minutes
I
later,
mean,
you
he-
hear the
he
temple
100%
bells tolling
might
again
be-
throughout the city.
A prayer goes across the city.
He 100% might have turned into one of those creatures and be roaming and eating people. Like 100%, he could be one of those things.
And God bless.
we don't know
you
how
know-
long that amber. I mean, it might work pretty good, but.
Well, we did let them know that was a problem up there that someone needed to
That's true.
No,
take care of at some point.
I'm glad we're having
yeah,
these
I think
lighthearted
that
moments so I
probably
can
got
beat the shit out of
lost
you all.
in the kerfuffle of me and Dad.
What was that?
Oh, sorry, Dustin said something.
I feel like it was.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to interrupt her. I was just saying, I'm glad you all are having this lighthearted moment so I can beat the shit out of you later.
It's what this game's all about, man. We love the role play
It's the
before
little.
we get the shit beat out of us.
But if we got everything, I'm good to just like fast forward time
Mhm.
until like tomorrow.
Yeah,
and see if
you,
Dora comes for Nero, and if not, we can.
So yeah, we
for
get
us.
we all get something that is warm for nighttime, like sleeping rolls and all that shit.
Yep.
We get something that is light and breezy for the daytime, so Johan doesn't like just burn to a crisp.
Right. He is very pasty.
Yes, I assume he's already burnt.
It's a struggle.
It's
Yes.
cherry red cheeks.
Yeah, we get enough like food for like normally if we can eat, and for like a kind of emergency we get packs of water, and then maybe like a couple extra empty like canisters for water. So if we need to store a large amount.
Sure.
And then I've already got like a mess kit, so we can cook stuff.
Yep. You all this was on like the requisition list as well. So you all are fully stocked up as well as you can be. All of your, everything is packed into saddlebags, and the Quill Society has their own stables for expeditions about to leave on the like very back side of the campus. So your all's camels are delivered there. Your saddlebags and feed bags and everything are set up and ready to go whenever you want to leave. And we will fast forward a bit to...
Did we say that we bought 75 gold worth of food, and the other 25 gold we put into a party treasury fund?
Sure. But yeah, we will fast forward a bit to later that evening. As you all get back to the bar, Tollett sees you, Nero, and kind of motions for you to join him over to the side.
Sure. I go to see him. I go, best friend.
He wraps you in a really big hug, and he says, "My friend, I had to repay the kindness that you showed me. I made something for you."
Oh, well, what is it?
He produces a gold bracelet, and kind of inlaid throughout the bracelet is like a ring of sand around it.
Okay.
And he helps you put it on, and it fits really it fits up on the upper forearm. It's like a forearm bracer thing with that like line of sand throughout of it. He says, "As long as you wear this, my friend, you will be a friend of the desert." Effectively, what he has given you, this is something that he created. He calls it the Band of Friendship. You cannot get lost in the desert.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Shit.
What the hell did we hire this guy for?
Now, that just means you have an innate sense of direction in the desert. Not that you can avoid traps or anything like that.
You know where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. He'll know where he's been and how to get back to where he's been, but unless he knows where he's headed, that's another thing. But he will now always be aware of how to get to a place he has been before in the desert.
Hell yes.
Yeah, and see, now Nero can stick to small really close, and that way when inevitably they get lost or run away somewhere, they can find their way back to us. It's perfect.
Thank you, Tollett. This means a lot to me. I don't know what to say.
Part of that effect is desert is not sand specifically cannot be difficult terrain for you.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, shit.
It's kind of like a ranger's favorite terrain.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is why you RP and you're nice to people.
I get it. I understand.
Hell yeah. Thank you. This will be such a huge help while we're out wandering the dunes.
He cups your face with one hand and takes your other hand in a predator handshake and says, "You will be safe, my best friend, if I can assure it."
I like grab his arm back in the predator handshake, and I'm like, with this band, there's nothing that could stop me.
He leans down and kisses your forehead and says, "Travel safe, proud warrior."
I give him a salute and walk off.
He clearly was like positioning for you to be able to kiss his forehead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He's a little disappointed as you walk away.
But yeah, you all get back in the table after the impromptu prayer session somewhere in the city for some reason was called. Hilmi eventually returns. He is in what looks like mourning robes of like deep black. And he says, my friends, are you wanting to head out this evening or in the morning, or when are we departing?
I'm ready to go whenever, but Nero here's waiting on his girlfriend.
She's our friend. We all met her. We've all talked to her at least once.
I mean, I heard her voice in my head.
Yeah, that's talking to her, isn't it?
No, specifically not.
Define talking.
Hilmi kind of puts up a hand real quick, like, if I may. There are advantages and disadvantages. If we travel at night, traveling will be easier on ourselves and the camels, so we can cover further distance. At the same time, it can be very cold and hard to see at times. I do know how to navigate using the stars, but if we lose the stars for any reason, we might be stuck for a little bit. Whereas if we are sleeping during the day, it is more difficult to keep a watchful eye if any predators are around. But other side of that, if we travel during the day, it's hotter, might take longer, more difficult. Sleep will be more comfortable, though.
I'm good for going now.
Me too, honestly.
It just feels really rude, is all I'm saying. But we can.
I don't know. We have a job, man.
Can I reach out to my mind with Dora and say,
shit.
Dora, change of plans. We're leaving tonight. Were you coming to see us or just Nero?
Who are you?
Oh my god.
Is anyone else like paying attention to the network enough?
I think I heard him say Dora, and I just immediately was like, "Oh god!" And just immediately shut my brain off. Like, this is gonna be the worst thing ever.
Nero, Johan, are either of you listening?
I think I heard it, and I stopped.
You know what? I'm gonna let Small handle this.
Okay. You hear over the line, Dora kind of laugh a little. It's no problem. You all can leave if you need to. I was coming to see most of you, but yeah, largely Nero.
How far away are you?
Still a bit more than a day and a half out, unfortunately.
Oh shit! He thought you were gonna be here tomorrow. Yeah. We probably have to leave before then, so we'll probably just have to catch up next time. Or you can meet us. We're going to Western.
I am getting pretty close to the city at this point.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Almost there. 5 more minutes.
I just fucking left Western. What are you talking about?
Hey, well, I was just curious. Thanks. See you soon.
All right, bye.
Dora, your voice changed.
If you're gonna call me on every time I can't remember what fucking voice.
Nero.
Yes, Small.
He's more than a day and a half out, bro.
Oh. I thought she'd be here sooner.
No, but she definitely sounded disappointed.
Oh,
she was totally coming to see you. She said all of us, but really you.
Well.
Do you like her?
Well, I mean, she's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I thought she was everybody's friend, and we were all going to hang out. Or bring her on an adventure with us.
Hero, do you want to kiss her? We're on camels, traveling into the desert at night, just fucking with you.
So you all have left, or did you all decide to leave that night?
No, not yet.
Not quite yet, but I'm just imagining just driving off into the night, going, "Do you love her?
Do you want to make babies?"
No, that's not what I want at all.
Dear cat babies.
Dear cat babies.
She's a fawn. Thank you very much.
The same thing.
I
I am down to leave now, though.
Yeah, I guess we kind of have to. Why didn't she just teleport? Thought like everybody could just teleport.
I don't think
What
joining
would
the
lead you to
society just
believe
gives
that?
you the innate ability to teleport, or we could just do that ourselves.
We got into the society and then had to do a whole thing to get to teleport here.
Yeah,
We
I'm
nearly
not sure
died.
what would lead you to believe that they can teleport easily.
Well, I mean, they teleported us out from Ravenheim, and we didn't ask for that. Well, we
No, we specifically did.
And they also clarified that was at great expense.
No, Joe, hold it.
And they never tried it.
but that was because of Ravenheim. I assumed it was just like no big deal.
Teleportation, unless you have teleportation circles, is a big deal to cast. Like it's a pretty hefty spell to cast. So some people are probably capable of it within the Quill Society, but that's assuming one, they know where they're going and they've been there before and have enough familiarity for it to hit. And if not that, then the like actual resources to be able to cast it. So it's not like a big deal, but it's not something that everyone in the Quill Society would like.
You mean they're not all 13th level wizards?
They aren't, unfortunately.
Come on, Dustin.
I know. I'm a poor DM sometimes.
Look, all I know is this society had the resources and skill to teleport us out of the most magically and scientifically advanced city in the world.
Yeah, they're probably going to get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
So I assume they had a teleportation network.
Well, maybe
they do between major cities, but she is heading to a major city now, and you are heading to a place where you don't have a great connection to it. So,
no signal.
You mean there aren't just random teleportation circles in the middle of your desert, Dustin?
I bet there are.
Y'all, do you want to do the campaign? Or
Guys, I'm turning this campaign into a dating simulator. Just help me out here.
You can see your friend later.
Yeah, all right.
Don't forget your dogs this time.
They're in the goose. It's magic, remember?
Yeah, okay.
Actually, let's take a quick 10-minute break while Joe's using the bathroom. I need to get some water anyway.
Bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right, I'm back. We can go now.
No, fuck you, Joe. I'm getting water now.
All right. So, you all...
We're on our camels going away. Northward.
Yep.
Through the desert.
Let me...
What's the weather like there, Dustin?
So you are leaving at night, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a decision.
This is a massive ass
at night
desert that you have found, my friend.
Indeed it is.
Did you make it? I shouldn't assume you found it.
You know, the world may never know. You all...
I'll never tell.
Fucking bitch.
Let me assign something that's going to be the party. Is there a camel?
Make it the monkey. Make it the monkey.
I want a
Make
camel.
it Bobo. Bobo the
there
monkey.
There is a camel.
Oh,
damn it.
Where is it?
I wanted Bobo.
There, I assigned it to each of you.
All right, that's pretty cool.
That's
you got little fucking dots for the trails and stuff. It's a nice Final Fantasy RPG look.
Yeah, so these are kind of the different paths. This is more for, long term. You all will not be following exactly these paths, but these are the most well-trodden areas. Your all's path, as you understand it based on the map you have, will be roughly this.
Damn. That's nearly 800 feet.
We'll never make it.
We'll never make it. So yeah, that should take you the better part of a week and a half of traveling through the desert, assuming nothing goes wrong.
Well,
I'm sure it won't.
We're fully stocked up, right?
You are fully stocked up?
Off we go.
I look over to our guide and I just go, in honor of homeless Tim.
He does that symbol across his chest against Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Wait, what was the thing they called in Dune? It's like the Shia LaHood. There we go.
Oh, isn't that the worm?
Is that the worm, or is that like their like savior? You know, that they're supposed to be born, like the prophecy and shit.
That is.
I mean, both work because they saw the worms as like a god.
With Haderach.
The B'nai Gesserit, is that the name of the society?
B'nai Gesserit, yeah.
Yeah, and they named Paul the Maudib or the Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah. Anyway, back to D&D.
Really displaying ADHD in full today, gang.
Thank you.
Really on top of it, gang. All right, so let's see. Based on the scale of this map, you all are moving roughly like 80 feet a day on this scale. So you all take off that night. You and your guide, Hilmi, are all on your camels, setting off away from the city of Alnilt. You see it glistening in the setting evening sun as you all take off and start heading through the desert in the dead of night. It is kind of breathtaking once you all get out. Like, you had been inside the city and there were, candles and lights and just enough light pollution that you didn't get a really good sight of it. But once you're traveling through here and it hits like 1 or 2 a.m. and even with like a crescent moon kind of shining at the like almost close to the 45 or close to the the line of the horizon. The horizon, that's the word.
That line in the sky.
That line in the sky. It's close to the horizon, is kind of rising up, but even with that, you can see just every star. Like, it is the most star. Nero has probably been the only one that has seen something like this before. Living out on the plains, you would have had really good views of this as well. But for everyone else, this is a jaw-dropping amount of lights in the sky that you've never seen before.
For sure. I'm city folk. There's so much light pollution.
I mean, you're also under the branches of Yggdrasil almost all the time. Like,
Yep.
It's rough.
I'm used to Feywild sky, like night sky, so I'm not used to.
Yeah, in the Feywild sky, a lot of the like higher Fays will act out plays in the stars throughout the night, which is pretty, but it's like just stars moving in the sky.
And like they kind of warn you, like, don't stare too long. Kind of some weird shit going on with like.
Yeah, there
too
is
long, and those get sucked into the void, kind of stuff. So
there is a very old, very creepy Fey rhyme about if you look at the stars long enough, they'll look back.
Yeah. So this, I take all this shit. This is super awesome.
Yeah, these stars aren't moving and acting out of play, and a bunch of violence. It's pretty neat.
In fact, I probably like a couple times my camel starts veering off just because I'm just staring up in the sky.
Yeah. Small, what do you think of it? This is kind of the first time you've seen anything like, even when you all were adventuring, in Ravenheim, you're in a very mountainy area with a lot of low-hanging mist and fog, and it was pretty rare you'd get a full view of the sky like this.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. You can't really get there. They're pretty, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I think I prefer the lights of Yggdrasil. But this is okay, I guess.
It is a very different sky. Yggdrasil has its own stars in a way. Like, there are so many almost like birdhouse places throughout Yggdrasil that it kind of looks like fireflies are always in the branches of the great tree. But
let's just be honest. There's some like weird, like magical little firefly things that kind of float through or something. I'd say, like, you know what I mean, just Feywild shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but you all continue traveling. It gets throughout the night where it's pretty easy travel. Like you all get far enough away from the city where you had seen dunes out in the distance, but you actually get a scale of them as you're traveling throughout here, and they are massive, and like a good couple of hours is spent going up the sides of one of these massive dunes and then back down the other side, and you start going through the like kind of rivers and valleys of the flowing ocean of sand all around you. It's easy traveling. The camels make really good time because you're traveling at night. It's not strenuous on any of you. Do you all like chat and talk a lot, or is everyone just kind of in their own headspace, like following?
I would for sure be talking. Seeing that Dr. Johann got books, I would be asking him what they were about, pulling out my notebook, taking my own notes.
Yeah, like, I mean, if people are bored, I'll just read as we drive. Like, out loud to everybody.
Sure, if y'all want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which book are you going to read?
Who wants to learn about devils and demons and trickery?
What was the one about the staff?
Oh, that was about the dwarves. And apparently, the end of the world. It starts as thus. And then I read it.
Yeah. Throughout the several hours of travel, it's kind of like listening to an audiobook. Like, he's going through the very start of it is a lot of like ancestry lines. Like, it's a lot of this person was born of this person who was the father of this person.
Yeah, fast forward that part, Dr. Johann. Skip that. We don't. Boring.
But the he begats are always the best. But he begat Finley, who begat the he begats are great.
And the worst part about it is it's like kind of wedged in between important sections too. Like, it's a lot of those lists, but it's like, then they took this mountain in this area, and there they had the lineage of this person. The lineage of this person was this is, so it's like not broken out as like a massive like ancestry tree. It's just this information presented.
It's like reading The Hobbit, and you're like, this is a fun story. This is a 12-page song. Oh, this is a fun story. This is a fantasy poem about people who aren't actually real. Oh, this is a fun story.
Yep, it's a lot of those, but you know, it's entertaining for what it is.
I guess I want to. Does it seem like my light, if I lit up my eyes, would attract unwanted attention?
You can ask Hilmy if you want, and he'll say, usually we want to keep a pretty low profile. If we make ourselves too well known, we are easily spotted from this high up. Maybe during one of the valleys of the dunes you could, but I would not suggest it at the peaks.
Okay.
All
How
right.
will we know if we're being followed or tracked?
I am keeping an eye out for anything around us. I would suggest you all do the same, though.
What about the things that, the big insects that tunnel and the worms? They probably burrow, right?
They do. Our best bet for that is to get to some solid rock. They only burrow through sand. So if we can find a good place to set up camp for the day on some stone, I think we'll be okay. But they do not usually hunt at night. They are usually day hunters.
Oh. Good to know.
The only thing we would really need to be concerned at night is howlers, but you'll know if you're being tracked by howlers.
Because they howl?
You know, interesting enough, yes.
Funny thing about that.
They will set out one of their number to try to corral us into a direction. Their howls can be coordinated over some distance.
So we just kill the one and keep going?
It depends. Hopefully we will not encounter them. They are rare this close to the city.
Okay.
All right. You all travel and eventually find a series of kind of stone, very weather-worn, kind of beaten rock, that's been subject to the shifting sands of the desert for so long. But you find a outcropping with what looks like a small kind of puddle oasis from whenever the last rainstorm was, just kind of tucked away in a side of this like kind of rocky shelf that is just kind of a part of the desert. But Hilmi suggests that you all set up camp there, as it's going to be daylight in the next couple of hours.
I just hear Marge's voice whenever I hear Hilmi. So close to homie. Hilmi.
I thought that was great.
Yeah,
That was. It was good. Too good. So, do we have one of them really fucking cool tents that are like huge, and you set up a bunch of like?
It's either you have a communal tent that's
you
that, or individuals.
Bedrolls for us to be cozy in.
Oh, if we're going during the nighttime, we don't, I guess, need bedrolls.
Well, part of the requisition list was for camping, so like you either had individual tents like pup tents or one like central yurt tent that could be collapsed.
I mean, I say the yurt.
Get a yurt
For sure. We could set up like, protective stuff around it.
Sure, there's one camel completely dedicated to that yurt. Everyone else like has all the saddlebags on and stuff like that. So
probably mine, right? Because I'm small.
Sure, yeah, it can be yours. But yeah, you all get to this kind of rocky outcropping and start setting up your yurt on it.
Yeah, with an alarm spell.
Yeah, you put an alarm spell on it.
Always.
I have nothing to magically contribute to this.
That's fine, because it was a very long amount of travel to get through the desert and everything. Oh, actually, as you all had set off, about an hour into the trip, Small, you feel the sending stone go off, as it is now morning over in Stormtown.
Oh. Gonna get yelled at?
Are you going to listen to it?
Yeah.
It is a message from your father. It says, Small, I am incredibly worried about you. I'm not upset, I promise. I only want what is best for you. Please tell me where you are, and I will find a way to come get you.
Response? Do you know?
I don't want to be gotten. I'm safe. I'm on an adventure. I promise I'll come home and tell you all about it.
Oh, I'm sure he'd like that.
And Maximilian has to wait another day.
Oh, God.
He could. Actually, does Maximilian know sending? Do artificers get to know sending?
I mean, just order somebody to.
Let's say he knows someone. He's keeping someone awake to try and get them to do sending a bunch of times.
Well, it's morning over there. He doesn't need to keep anyone awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's on the opposite side of the world from you all, literally.
Oh, okay.
All right. You all set up camp and set up some alarm spells and everything. Is anyone else?
Sending is a 3rd level spell.
Yes.
And they learn 3rd level spells at 9th level from the wizard spell list. So I imagine he could if he wanted to.
I don't think he knows it. It says that it's not learnable by the class, though. It says by bard, cleric, and wizard. Or can they learn any wizard spell?
That's because artificers were added, but yeah, they can learn. From the artificer spell list. They have a specific spell list for them.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we can do.
I don't think so either. I'm not seeing anything that says you can do it.
I'm not seeing it on the spell list.
Okay.
No.
That's fine with me. I think only once a day is more infuriating for him, and I like it.
This truly poor man.
This truly poor man. Anyone else do any spells or anything for, or what's the watch that you all will be going on during the day?
Well, since I'm kind of like auto sentry, I will just always help with that, but I will do the first 2 hours of watch.
Are you sitting outside of the tent for the whole time then, Small?
Yes, I am. Just like right at the door where I can...
Sure.
If there's a way to see but not be seen.
Sure, you can probably position yourself like that. You all have time. Anyone else going on watch?
I'll go on watch. Got to keep an eye out for Deha.
You see a mirage of a lion.
It was I, Deha.
I know, I said Dio once. It's never going to go away.
Well, I'm going to be looking under every fucking rock, behind every corner.
Anyone else going on third watch?
No, I just, well, yeah, we're third. I'll do third.
Okay.
You threw a dagger at my head. I mean...
So, Small, you are up first then. Give me a perception check.
Right. 4 plus 10, 14.
Ooh.
14. Okay. Morning breaks and the day starts getting a lot warmer, but relatively peaceful and quiet. You just kind of watch the sands shifting, the winds blowing. It's pretty boring, honestly. What does a Small do to kind of pass the time?
He is probably trying to... Do you remember the items that you and I talked about?
Yes.
He is in his notebook, just trying to figure out a way that he or maybe Dr. Johann could create a stone in which he could maybe magically enchant a piece of his magic into it. So I just want to start trying to figure out how to do that. Like by practicing and...
Sure.
like that.
Give me a sleight of hand check first.
I guide myself.
Sure.
1 plus 6, 7.
7? Okay.
Yes.
It's kind of difficult because you're not really sure where to start from, in a way, you know? Like, it's a hard thing to self-teach. So, it's a difficult start for sure, but you do get, like, at least your thoughts organized on what kind of questions you can ask to be able to do this better next time. So whenever Dr. Johann wakes up, you have a better feeling for it.
Cool.
Okay, it is the end of your watch, and on to Nero.
All right. Ooh. I rolled an 8 on perception.
An 8 on perception.
Yep.
Okay. What does Nero do during this time?
You know,
that he gets so distracted.
I think I just watched the pups play in the sand. I'm sure this is probably the first time they've ever been in the desert.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a great time with it. It is adequately distracting for you.
Yeah, so I'll just bond with them. Totally fucked off.
For sure. Then it is time for Dr. Johan for final watch.
It's gonna be great. My perception is dog shit. Yep, that's a 3.
14 kind of carry.
We're surrounded. Jesus Christ, people.
I meant to ask you that, Dustin.
What's that?
I said, can my 14 carry? Since I'm kind of
Carry for
each through the night.
Oh, no. Once you're in your automaton, it's on
sure.
passive. Yeah.
So that's 11.
Okay. 11 is better than the 3 or whatever Johan was. What's Dr. Johan during this time that he got so distracted?
Just dick in hand, staring at the dunes, you know.
Oh, he just started reading. He didn't think about it. Like, he started, like... oh, no, that message I sent you, that item from Reddit, I think you started, like, trying to make it and did not pay attention to the rest of the world. He's just futzing around with a piece of cloth. Absolutely fucking fucked off distracted.
Absolutely fucked off distracted. Oh my god. You all rolled so poorly.
Yep.
Getting our combat gang, and it just starts with a surprise round is all.
Jesus Christ. Give me one quick second.
He's finding the monster that's gonna eat us.
Okay, so with a 3, Dr. Johan, you don't notice until a shadow is covering you. As a massive... actually, this isn't big enough. There, that's better. A massive bird swoops out of the sky and goes to snatch you. So
this is good.
Give
Do
me...
I see this happening, by the way?
Once it is... You're at the very edge. You said you were kind of half in and half out, so you spot the shadow about the same time he does, which is still too late to act. So it's going to try to attack you with its talons to try to grapple you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with advantage since you are surprised. And that is 31 to hit.
Oh my god.
Christ. Well, okay. Let me think about it. Let me look.
Super shield, you miss.
Yeah, no, shield would only take me to 25.
That is 19 points of damage as you see a shadow and you look up and the only thing you catch is a set of 2 claws piercing around you. One of them grabs you around the shoulder and the arm, and the talon sinks into like the side of your shoulder where your shoulder and your chest meet. And the other one grabs you around the waist, 3 talons sinking into your back. And give me a DC 19 athletics or acrobatics check to not be grappled.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
21.
Its claws rip out of you as you
Actually, for fun, can I be grappled?
You could choose to fail a grapple if you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
Get me up in there. More dramatic that way.
All right.
I mean,
Sure. You are grappled, and it starts moving with the rest of its movement.
Why would you do
Fuck you,
that?
because it's funny.
Can he be holding on to him instead? Like the grappler becomes the grappled?
No.
I'm just
Well, all right.
You can't say this isn't more fun.
I mean, it's sure gonna make everything I was gonna do very difficult.
All right, yeah. So you use half its movement going down, the other half moving back up. So you are now 60 feet up in the air and being taken away. Now everyone hears Johan go ah! and get tugged off the ground. Everyone roll initiative for me.
Fucking great. Terrible. 7.
9.
16.
hello.
Yes.
It wasn't. I heard nothing for a minute.
I didn't
Same.
either.
Dustin,
I
your
got
mic
7
probably
on
died.
initiative.
Oh, I believe it did. All right, Dr. Johan, 7.
Yes, 7.
All right.
But like a solid 7.
Like a really just good 7.
Yeah,
Classic.
like I'm proud of it. Kind of 7.
You do have the higher dex, so Dr. Johan goes before small. But first up is Nero.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, I thought you said you got a 7. Jeez.
No,
that was me.
Yeah, I got 8.
You got 8, Morgan?
Yes.
And what'd you get,
God.
Nero?
I got a 16.
Okay, I got that one right at least. Okay, so start then is small. As you see Dr. Johan yelp, there is just a splash of blood left on the ground and a quickly disappearing shadow above the tent.
Oh my God! How far did he move?
The rock has 120 feet flying. It did 60 to dive down, grabbed him, 60 to go up.
Okay. I gotta make sure the wording of this so I can.
Aaron, if this thing feeds your character to its babies, I will feel no pity.
I'm okay with
that. The circle of life.
So, with the way I understand it, web, if it has nothing to anchor to, will disappear at the start of my next turn. But it still has the potential to restrain a flying creature for a turn, which would mean it would fall. I do that.
Yeah, I'd say that probably works.
I do that.
I would not have thought to do that.
DC okay. 16 dexterity saving throw, please.
I will roll this in front of the board as this is pretty important. Dex save, you said?
I did.
It's got a +4 to this, so a 12 or higher. It's a 16.
Damn it. Okay.
So you shoot out webs from your wrists and up into the air, and it's able to dodge over.
My little spiders try and catch him in a web, and it just kind of falls back to the earth as it, I guess, rolls out of the way.
Yep, it does a little barrel roll in the air. Dr. Johan just spinning and
I believe. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Do you yell for anyone else as you run?
Oh yeah, sorry. Nero, Morgan, a big ass bird is taking away Dr. Johan.
Well, let's see if I can do anything about that.
But I ran out of the tent to watch. And I wanted
to watch.
No, I want to move.
Wait, goodbye to Johan.
Bye bye.
I want
Have
to
a great
move my
time.
speed.
Auf Wiedersehen.
In the direction that he's seems to be traveling, whatever that happens to be.
Sure. Yeah.
I like how there's actually a shadow.
Right, it's pretty dope.
That is a good thought to put in.
All right, so you all hear Small just take off running. Nero, you're the quickest to your feet and start running outside. What do you do?
You have a gun.
Even though I have proficiency with revolver, I don't see it under my proficiencies, and I've only got a +4 to attack all of a sudden. I don't think that was always the case.
You may have to automatically do it. It'll be, Dex plus proficiency.
Yeah. So it would be a +7. I don't know why that changed. It used to be +7. But anyways, I'm going to try and shoot it. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits, yeah.
That's 15 damage.
All right. You clip it on the side and it screeches a bit, but continues to move upwards.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to use, I believe it's Agile Shot, or Kensei Shot, to deal an extra 1d4 damage.
Sure, go for it.
Extra 2 damage on top of that.
Got it.
And that's all I've got. Oh, I guess I'll run after him. So I'm not totally outpaced.
Here, let me get y'all out of the tent. There.
Yeah, so... I mean, I'll just run to the shadow. And try and stay on top of the shadow. Actually, you know what? I've got extra movement. Oh, wait, no, I'm probably about at my end. Never mind. That's it.
Okay. That is the rock's turn. It's going to go 120 feet up.
Big oof. Up! Oh, no.
And continue moving this way. So it is now 180 feet from the ground.
Good.
I wish I had an extra attack. Oh, wait, I do. Fuck! I could have shot twice.
Oh, well. I can't do anything anymore.
That is the end of... Or actually, the rock's going to take a dash action. What am I thinking?
All right, well, bye, Johan.
An additional 120 feet up.
Well...
All right, we should call it there for the night.
300 is the ceiling on this map.
Yeah, it can start flying back to its nest now. All right, Morgan, that's your turn.
Morgan, you can turn into a bird or something, right?
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
I know flying or swimming speed. Yep. I can't turn into a bird.
Not yet.
I don't have a ranged spell that goes that far. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Morgan starts breaking up the camp and raiding the camels.
Yep, yes, we're just gonna follow it. I really am. I'm gonna start breaking the camp down. And be like, all right, we gotta go.
All right, Dr. Yolen, that's you.
I'm gonna punch it.
What was your plan here, Johan?
Oh, Johan didn't do this on purpose. Aaron thought it would be way funnier. So 27 to hit.
27 hits.
Johan, of course, wouldn't have a plan. He didn't make this happen.
Aaron,
So,
I'm going to tell Eric about this, and know he's going to be just
do it.
So disappointed.
7 thunder damage, and I punched him with Booming Blade on the fist, so that's 9 total thunder damage.
Oh, God.
And if it willingly moves, it takes more damage.
I bet he's real shaken up by that, huh, Dustin?
So 9 damage, you said? Total?
Yeah. And if it willingly moves on its next turn, it takes 2 more d8.
Ooh. All right, got it.
That's all I got. I just want to piss it off, and if I'm trouble enough that it drops me, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, you punch it really hard in the chest. This thing is fucking sturdy. You can feel as your fist meets contact with it that this is a solid chunk of a bird. And it doesn't seem like it has that great of an effect on it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the guide's turn. He'll look up at the rock getting smaller in the distance, and he'll go, huh, that is not good.
I just kind of look at him. Will you help me break down camp?
Oh, yeah. On my turn,
we gotta go.
Mentally, I'll communicate with my friends.
Is that it? Did you get cut off, or did you just go,
No, that's pretty much it.
Great.
So Himley will spend his
his
movement and action starting to break down camp as quickly as possible. Top of the initiative is Small.
I run and jump on my camel. I'm like, you guys catch up. I'm chasing after it. And I try my... I don't do that. That's dumb.
Well, you go with them, Nero, and then you got you are friend of the desert.
He's so high up in the air.
Yeah, Nero, come on. And I'm going to move my movement on the camel, and then hold my action, or my camel's action, to dash as soon as Nero's camel catches up to me.
That's 235 feet. And this is... Yeah, ain't no way I'm going to be able to take another pot shot at it. Yeah, I'll whistle for my camel to...
Is it out of your long range?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only 120 feet.
Oh, bummer.
I ain't got no
Need
rifle.
a sniper rifle, man.
Give me time.
Yeah, hook me up with a Winchester lever action.
Give me time.
On my turn, I whistle for the camel to come to me, and I'll hop on, and then I guess just dash.
Okay. We will zoom out of this map then. As Johan is successfully taken away by this.
Can he punch every round and do like... So
I was about to say, it is the rock's turn next, and it will keep moving, but it will get hurt by the booming blade. So go ahead and give me how much it got hurt for.
All right. 4.
Okay.
Big damage.
You can tell you're not having a great effect on it, but more importantly, you can tell you are pissing it off, and it might just like reach its beak down and kill you. Like take a moment to pause. It obviously wants live food, but it looks like if you keep annoying it, it might just kill you and take you back to the nest and eat you there.
Hell yeah.
Or do you want to keep annoying it and it start attacking you back, or you just gonna go kind of limp?
Aaron, what happened to you?
I think I
What happened?
Look, what's going on, man? You all right?
Joseph, my friend, being like at Eric's table and with John and them, being like a god among combat, it's fun, sure, but sometimes you have to do the bad thing because it's way cooler.
I mean, yeah, but man, this is like some what masochist shit right here. I'm just saying, it's a little concerning.
It's self-destructive, is what it is.
It's exactly.
That's
I'm concerned
not Johan.
more for you than
I
your
want
character.
Johan's journey to be more exciting.
All right.
So you
man.
go.
Really gotta learn to
You
pay
go
attention.
limp in the arms.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go limp. It's gonna be great.
Okay. You go limp in the giant bird's arms.
And I will communicate that to my friends. Honestly, I might even just cure wounds myself while I'm traveling.
Sure, you can do that. All right. Let me... So, you all had broken up camp. Where the camel is right now is where you were. The rock is taking him this direction.
I also activate my defensive field, and I have 4 temporary hit points. We're rocking it. It's great. Get it? Rocking it?
Sure, yeah. This will be pushing your camels pretty hard, but it did happen during the last shift, so they did get some rest. It is a bit later in the evening, so you've got maybe another 2 to 3 hours of sunlight, which isn't great because once you lose the sun, it might be a lot more difficult to track this thing to wherever it's headed.
Yeah, for sure.
So you all take off on the camels, which, unfortunately move quite a bit slower than this creature does.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, you're good. You get an idea for its heading. It seems to be going pretty consistently to the northeast, but darkness slowly encroaches, and you lose consistent line of sight on it. What are you all doing to try to continue to track this thing? Or what are you doing up
Johan,
at the rock?
Can you make yourself light?
The light doesn't go that far, but yes.
He's still bleeding, right, from the gunshot wound that I gave. So maybe I can look for droplets of blood on the ground as we're beelining for him.
I can also innately tell what direction I'm flying, and probably how far, or at least for how long. And I can just tell you.
And I never get lost in the desert, so I should be able to just follow simple directions.
Between the two of us, I think we should be able to communicate that out.
Yeah, but the problem now is that it starts to outpace the party by quite a bit. So let's switch maps, shall we?
How fast are these camels?
Probably 40 feet.
Let's see. 50 feet.
Oh,
wow.
So for every 100 feet your camels travel, this thing's traveling 240. So it's outpacing you by double at least, and this is several hours worth of travel. So
even after it's escaped from danger, it's still double dashing?
It's probably not double dashing once it gets high up in the air. It's probably going a bit more leisurely, so that's fair. I'll say for every 100 feet that it's traveling, your camels are traveling their 100 feet if you're really pushing them. If they're dashing the entire time.
Morgan, don't you have like long strider or something?
Not prepared.
Oh.
I do.
And not for every camel either. One.
Yep, it'd be one person pretty much, one animal or whatever. I could do.
Yeah.
I could do like maybe a war horse, but that guys us 60 feet for one person. So, yeah, there's not much to do.
How long can we make them run all out for?
You could probably do it for 3 to 4 hours if you're really pushing them. Then they're gonna get. You might risk injuring one of the camels if you push them too much harder than for that much longer.
Okay. Well, I say we push them for that much longer so that we're at least like mostly keeping up and should be able to see it. And then if we have to slow down with the camels, then hopefully he's landing in that amount of time.
Okay. You all are setting up as quick as you can.
I'm having a great time.
Trying to keep up with this. No matter what they do, though, Dr. Johan, you get the feeling that they're going to be pretty significantly behind you.
Yeah. How am I going to get out of this one? Who knows?
Who knows, man? So
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
This time on this episode. Let me make it up.
You still have your hard stop, Joseph.
What?
You said you had to go at 11.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
But like, yeah, I do gotta go. I just didn't want to interrupt.
We will swap here really quick, so you all can see as the rock finally makes its way to its nest, and Dr. Johan below him sees 3 chittering, still double the size of him, but what looks like new hatchlings that this mother rock is delivering you to. And we will pause the session there for the night with Dr. Johan being dropped into this nest with the 3 hatchlings as the party is still about 30 minutes away at best.
Jesus.